Good morning. Welcome to the City Council meeting, City of Pasadena, October 3rd, 2017. We'll get our meeting underway. Barbara Zitzman will do the invocation, and Carrie Bass will lead us in the pledges. Miss Barbara, please stand.
Thank you. Please join me as we pray. Loving and gracious God, we're indeed the giver of all good gifts, and we thank you today for all your blessings. Guide our hearts and our minds in the spirit of fairness, right thought, and speech. Impart your supreme wisdom upon our activities so that our affairs may reach a successful conclusion. We ask that you bless our leaders abundantly and that they continue to seek your wisdom, guidance, courage, and strength. Be with them in their discussions and help them to be wise in the decisions being made for the good of all, those who have placed their trust and confidence in them. Give us insight to lead with integrity, that our decisions may reflect what is right and good. Keep us from short-sightedness and pettiness. Help us to make decisions that are for the good of all and guard us from blind self-interest. Dear Lord, grant us the humility to always seek your will in all that we do and say. All glory be to you, our loving God, now and forever. Amen.
Amen. Please turn to the United States flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. Pledge allegiance to thee, Texas. One state, one God, one and invisible.
Councilman Bass.
Good morning. Thank you all for coming. Had a little rain overnight. Looks like we're going to have a little rain today. Rain's always good for the flowers. I want to express my condolences to the folks in Vegas at the Harvest Festival. I know we've heard the last 2 days of it. I don't know the answer. I don't think anybody really knows the answer. We have National Night Out tonight. That's when you get out there and meet your neighbors. Sometimes we need to think about maybe we need to set our cell phones down. You go to a restaurant, you see a family of 5 and all of them are on a cell phone. Nobody's talking to anybody. We need to get out there. We need to visit with our neighbors, know what's going on, feel their concerns. Maybe if this would have happened with his neighbors, maybe something could have been done. You never know. But I think we just need to be a little bit, if you're in a small town, you kind of know what's going on. But you get a little bit larger town, it's tough. But I think sometimes this takes away from our relationships with other people. On a little bit lighter note, we have a Taste of Town coming up. This November the 2nd. It's going to be big top theme. It's going to be a circus. We have about 30 some odd restaurants coming. So make plans to be out there. And with that, I pass.
Thank you, sir. Tommy Sheinmeyer.
Welcome to City Council this morning. And yes, we've had a tremendous tragedy in Las Vegas. Some of the comments when you hear folks that go to Vegas say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, in this case, the message of Vegas has got out to the whole United States and to the whole world. It's not acceptable. And I will tell you, as an American, I am an American that will stand up, put my hand on my heart, and sing the national anthem when it's played. And I'm not ashamed, I'm not embarrassed about that. I take great pride in that. We have men and women that have died for us to have that right to do that. Several people, if not hundreds or thousands of people, went to the rescue of those folks in Vegas. And I agree with Kerry. We have to get out and we have to know our neighbors. One of the testimonies from his next door neighbor was, he was a quiet man. We didn't know anything about him, but yet the homes were 20 feet apart. Know our neighbors. Get out tonight. Enjoy National Night Out. and appreciate an officer, appreciate an ambulance driver, a first responder, a fireman. Be an individual that cares. Be a citizen that loves their city, loves their state, and loves their country. And with that, I pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Villarreal.
Good morning. Like our other council members, want to express my condolences to all the victims of that tragic event. There's just nothing I can say about it. It's horrific. I have no words. Every day we see tragedy, but in this magnitude, it's incredible. That being said, I'd like to invite everybody out to our districts to our night out. I'm gonna be out there today too. I want to meet as many people as I can, particularly in my district. I was out in my district this weekend, reviewing a lot of issues that we have. But we're working on it. It's going to get done, but we have a lot to do, and I'm very confident that we're going to get it done. And with that, I pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Lehman.
Thank everybody for coming out this morning, and I would also like to offer my condolences to the people of Las Vegas and that tragedy. I was out around my district the last 2 or 3 days, and I'm pleased with the progress we're making on debris pickup. There's still a few areas that need to be taken care of, but from what I've seen the last few days, we're making good progress, and hopefully we'll have all this cleaned up here in the near future, and our streets will get back to looking somewhat normal. And would like to, once again, during the flood, thank our police, fire, and first responders for the countless hours they put in during that time. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Harrison.
Thank you, Mayor. And I too want to offer my condolences to the people in Las Vegas, all over this country, that we're hurt all over. We're going to have to heal, and this is a great country we have healed. I've seen a lot of things happen in my lifetime, and we always move forward. And for transparency, I want you to talk about one thing that apparently that the citizen hadn't been informed, that everybody got a water and sewer rate increase of 2% effective October the 1st. Now, this happened in 2016. The council passed an ordinance that your water bill would go up due to the cost of living increase every 2 years. And I wasn't on the council then, but when I read this, I think it's shameless to go up every year on your water bill without council approval. This is automatic. And that 2% will go, it's compound interest. It could go up 30 or 40% within 10 years. And also the residents are paying 22 cents per gallon. The businesses are paying 15 cents per gallon. The residents always have to seem like bear the brunt of the burden. But I am proud of the senior citizens that did go up their water, but they got a discount, which I fought for years ago. Over 65 exemption, homestead, and a discount on water rates. But I think it's shameless for this council, for people up here to vote on anything, to tie another council for future years to come, and we ought to consider changing this ordinance, because I feel like if you're going to have a water and sewer rate increase, it ought to be something that you need, not just called the cost of living index. And also on the mayor's budget, he's got a cover letter there that says the system fund's in great shape. So if the fund's in great shape, why do you need a water and sewer rate increase? You don't. So therefore, I want this council to be more transparent in their jobs and duties on this council, especially to the taxpayers, the people who pay the water and sewer rates. With that, I'll pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Castelos.
Well, thank you all for showing up this morning. It's a great day. I guess hopefully the rain will hold up. I don't know if it's going to rain all day, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And hopefully it doesn't ruin any of our National Night Out thing. Everybody needs to get out and meet their neighbors. I do also want to give my condolences to the victims in Las Vegas. I tell you what, I don't know how you guys feel, but I tell you what, every time you turn on the TV, it's just terrible. I mean, I don't care which news channel you watch. It's just every day. It's almost it's numbing. I mean, our children see this kind of thing. They're growing up with this kind of violence and this kind of just rhetoric and hate going on, bigotry, the whole 9 yards. And it is just, it's sad. And I really hope, you know, I pray every night and hope that the Lord will look down on this great nation that we have, the United States of America, and just get us through all this. Also getting with the the water rates, that is something that, you know, I think we should look at as a council and maybe change that. It's driven off the consumer price index. You know, so everybody's aware, I was on the council when that did pass, and I did vote no on that because I didn't think that was right. That being said, it should be something that we look into. We also, you know, I know cost of living increases go up every year, but the fact of the matter is our pay doesn't. You know, and that's one of the things that we have to look at is that we're having water rate increases. The school board is going to probably be raising taxes on the citizens of Pasadena. We're getting a tax increase through the city. We're going to go CO bonds. I mean, it's like, just when does it stop? And so again, hopefully the council will look at something like that, see if we can get something resolved. And with that, I pass, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Wheeler.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, everything's pretty much been said, but I just, in regards to Las Vegas and things going on around this country, it happens way too often. And after something like this happens, whether it's Miami or Sandy Hook or Columbine or Vegas or whatever it is, there's always these comments of thoughts and prayers, but there's never any action. No one ever takes any action. And I don't know if we have a cultural issue. I don't know if we have a political issue, or there's laws that we could pass to help prevent these type of things. Mental health, spending funding, something. But I'm looking to Congress and the people that are responsible to actually do something and stop with just empty words of thoughts and prayers and with no action. Because I think that it's becoming normalized in our society. You know, here's another one, and it shouldn't be. And we should be shaken to our core with this type of action. And I don't know what it's going to take. So I'm just deeply disturbed, and I hope that the leaders of our country actually take some action. And to make an absolutely horrific day worse, Tom Petty passed away, and he was someone that, you know, I always looked up to. I play guitar, and, you know, he's one of those musicians where kind of the soundtrack to your life. You know, you hear one of your songs and you think back to a particular moment. So just a really bad way, really horrible way to start the week. But thank you all for being here, and we're going to do what we can to make our community better. With that, I'll pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Caton.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and being part of city government today. On a positive note, everyone that didn't come out to the Pasadena Livestock Show and Rodeo this past couple of weeks missed out on some exciting bull riding, musical entertainment. And most of you know that I'm one of the directors out there and on the auction committee for all the livestock, and I'd like to report that we raised a total of $422,000. That's for the youth in our community, all those that have the animals out there. Of course, it was kind of unfortunate. We had to use the ag barn because FEMA was using the air-conditioned convention center, so there was a lot of sweat out there. But the buyers showed up. The buyers came out enthusiastic. They spent a lot of money out there, and I'd like to report that Mayor Jeff Wagner also put his pocketbook out there and bought something, so everything was good. Everything was good. So
Thank you,
it was a
Councilman.
good outing, without a pass.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, citizens wishing to speak to council, Robert Jeters III.
Firstly, I want to address the traffic situation along Fairmont for FEMA operations at the convention center. I understand it's become a high-volume area that now often backs up over a mile away at Heathfield and even Space Center. It's a tough situation, I get it, and appreciate everyone working on it. What I have a problem with is cutting off southern access to San Jac to eastbound Fairmont traffic. On what is normally for me an 8-minute commute, I'm now waiting anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half just to get to Cunningham, where I normally enter the school. That and the rest of Fairmont all the way down to Brookwood and even Canada are barricaded by police, forcing San Jac traffic to contribute to the FEMA flow, adding to the congestion. Hundreds of students are contributing to that bottleneck daily and have to double back around further down Fairmont. I don't have to explain to you gentlemen that education is important. What I would like is to reduce the pressure of that flow by removing the police barricade at Cunningham and get people where they're going quickly and efficiently as possible. Or if not, please have someone explain to me the rationalization behind detouring and bottlenecking drivers in this manner. Thank you, Councilman Shanbine, for at least taking my call on this issue. Lastly, on the property tax rate increase, I find it inappropriate and even offensive to use the notion that other local cities have higher taxes as a justification for Pasadena raising ours. I would like to kindly remind Council that other cities are irrelevant to managing the needs and resources of this city, which to the best of my understanding is the role of this council. At a time when citizens are being expected to tighten their financial belts, I expect our city leadership to be leading by example and cutting lower priority expenses, not raising taxes. Gratitude to Councilman Shanbine and Harrison for having the courage to vote against the budget. If this tax rate increase passes, I will remember it come election time and have no problem drawing attention to the vote breakdown out of the polls in 2 years. Thank you.
Christina Womack.
Mayor, City Council members, I want to say thank you first to those of you that have made it out to some of our recent ribbon cuttings as we continue to welcome new businesses to join our community. If you aren't receiving my invitations or want me to use a different communication route, certainly let me know so that we can make sure that you're getting there. I also just want to say, I think amidst all of this tragedy, it's important for us to remember all the things that Pasadena is doing well and all of the great things that are occurring within our community, whether it's from businesses and families being supported in recovery efforts, the fact that we're winning new businesses, choosing Pasadena as our home, or we're helping those businesses that are growing. We at the Chamber feel like Pasadena is the place to be, and we think that our partnership with the city and the school district is an important aspect for our community and a story that we're proud to help tell. With everything going on, we still try to provide resources to our businesses and to those community members that are looking for things. So we do have our Pasadena Hispanic Business Council breakfast mixer coming up on October 11th for those businesses trying to learn how to do a more effective email marketing, so targeted to small businesses. So you can come to that event on the 11th at 8:15, held at San Jacinto College. We also have our Young Professionals group who is focused on October 24th. They'll have a breakfast that will be around financial freedom and money matters and responsibility. So if you have an interest in that, we try to target interest based on things that our members have expressed a concern in wanting to get engaged. Councilman Bass mentioned our Taste of the Town. That is coming up. So if any of our council members or other community members have acts that they want to share or specific interest in dressing as a clown, we'll be happy to have you come partake in all kinds of fun. So just let us know. But then the other thing is, as part of the chamber and the work that we do is the collaboration we do with our other partners. And so a lot of things we aren't the lead on. And two of those events for the fall that we are proud to partner with, one is the Can Do Food Drive. And just want to say congratulations to Barbara and the communications team for all the work that you guys are doing trying to make that come together. It's certainly going to be a time of need this fall for our food pantries to get more in their pantries. So November 17th, make sure that you can get engaged, whether it's a business or at your home. And then the other is our McDonald's Texas Invitational Basketball Tournament, which is the premier basketball tournament for our community. That takes place November 16th through the 18th. Again, a partnership between the city, the school district, both for Pasadena and Deer Park, and all of our business community. It's raised more than $1.3 million to benefit our schools, and so want to make sure that if you're looking for a way to volunteer, there's 10 gyms, 3 days, 4-hour shifts, so you can come do one shift or do multiple. You can sign up at texasinvitational.com. So just know that your chamber's here to help connect you in whatever it is that you need to be connected with, and thank you all for your support.
Thank you for the partnership. Thank you so much. All right, we're getting down to the 2017 tax proposal property tax rate. Anyone here want to speak about that? Going once? Anyone want to speak? Twice? Anyone want to speak? It is closed, but I have to make an announcement before I close it. City Council will meet in the City Council chambers on Tuesday, October 10th, 2017 at 10 a.m. and Tuesday, October 17th, 2017 at 6 p.m. to adopt the property tax rate. Okay, presentation of awards. The officer's not here, so we'll go down to the next presentation of minutes. Motion by Lehman.
Second.
Second by Shabine. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passed. Gets it down to progress payments. We got a motion by Casados. Second by Lehman.
No, Harrison.
Oh, Harrison, sorry. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? We move down to financial resolutions. We got a motion by Casados, second by Willard. Any comments?
Mayor, I would like to abstain from anything regards to Bass and Ivy.
Yes, sir. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes. Personnel changes, regular employees. Motion, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the motion. Caton,
Second.
second by Shabine. Any questions?
Yes, Mayor.
Go ahead, sir.
We get one shot and we'll approve the employees. That's the council responsibility. And, I've been undecided on some of them, and some of the ways I don't care what they do. Is somebody retires and they come back as a part-time employee. But the main thing on Mr. Guzman, we've been hiring too many people outside of Pasadena. And, there's debate whether they're qualified or not qualified. But I did read Mr. Guzman's credentials, and I came to the conclusion, I could pick through a resume and find something wrong. But my personal opinion now is I think he's qualified, and I hope he does a great job with the city of Pasadena. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Any other comments or concern? Mayor Bass? Yes, sir.
Yes, I just understand that Mr. Paul Davis is retiring, and he's going to be coming back and helping us with part-time, and I just want to thank Paul for his service. He's been a great economic development director, and so we wish him the best.
Thank you, sir. Absolutely. Any other comments? Yes, sir.
Yeah, so with the new hires, we've got, again, at Harrison, some of us have some questions on some of the qualifications, and you can sit here and go back and forth on who's qualified and who's not. I will say that there's a lot of spending going on during our hiring and things of that nature. But this particular agenda, we've got a little over $500,000 in pay. In pay for an entire year. I will say that the mayor does need some leeway in who he hires, because he wants to do his administration to do what he feels is the best way to do it. I get that, I understand that. That at the same time, we need to be very careful in how many people we're hiring and the amount of money that we are spending. And the other thing is, a lot of these people were on this agenda last week, and I'll say that some of these people quit their jobs to come work for the city. okay? And at no fault of the council not knowing this, we voted no on that. And it's not the council's fault. I'm not going to blame anyone, but I will say, whoever told these individuals that they had a job before going through the whole process of the hiring process that the city does have. They go through interviews, they get it, the directors will appoint them or ask them to come to work. At that particular point, they come to the council first. The council approves whether they're hired or not. And so whoever told that these individuals they had a job to come to work that following week, they were in the wrong, and you misled the employees. That being said, you know, I think, you know, these individuals deserve a chance, and again, we'll see where it goes from here. They have a probationary period of 1 year according to the handbook, and in a year, we'll see if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. That'll pass.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I'd just like to say that we recognize needs when this administration took office. And as we recognize those needs, the mayor made his appointments. The directors followed the process of bringing folks in to interview these individuals. They selected their candidates, and this is going to make Pasadena better. Yes, we need to stay within our budget constraints, but we have to look and upgrade our talent. As someone that works in the business world, you're always looking for great talent, and it takes money to retain great talent. But we have to use wisdom when we select these folks, and we have to entrust our directors to make those decisions. And we have to look for the mayor for his guidance when he talks to his directors, because he's ultimately the one responsible for employees in the city of Pasadena. And with that, I pass.
Thank you, Councilman. Anyone else? Mayor. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Again, a lot of these hires that are being hired here today were on the agenda last week, and like Councilman Casado said, they were told, some of these individuals were told to quit their job, to be back with the city. It had not passed city council, and it's unfortunate they got caught in that situation. But last meeting, this council as a whole unanimously voted not to hire new personnel because of the issues with the process and some of the issues with the charter. And one of the reasons that I voted no last meeting was because we were bringing on a broadcast engineer to fill a position of a gentleman who had won an appeal with council and was supposed to be reinstated to his position.
Let's stick to the agenda, sir.
Okay. That's on the agenda. And to my knowledge, that individual still has not been put back in his position, which is a violation of the charter. Is that not true, James? Has he been put back? Is there?
You
somebody
don't
put
ask
back?
questions to
Okay, well, I've seen him shake.
you go
Maybe he
through
has some
the chair.
information. Okay.
The rules on that, if I may, the rules were followed. We hired him back from his suspension at his job on special assignment at the emergency center. At that time, his position was then canceled. He's still over there, same pay, same back pay, which was said he didn't receive. He received it. He's very happy with his job over there, and he's doing a marvelous job. No law, no charter, no rules were broken under that.
The fact of the matter is he was hired and he's not in the position he was in.
That is very
So
true.
I have an issue with that. I don't think that the charter's been followed in that respect. Our budget, in my opinion, we went from having a director of economic development and a board. Now we have 2 directors of economic development.
Mayor, point of question.
I agree with you, sir. Stick with the agenda, please, sir.
Okay, well, we're hiring
Was
Paul.
that the minutes?
On the agenda, we have, this is
Your 3 minutes is up, sir.
to the minutes, Paul
Your 3
Davis.
minutes is up, sir.
And Carlos Guzman.
Your
All right.
3 minutes is up, sir. Thank you. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay, passes.
Was
We're down
that-
to,
Was that one nay?
yes. We're down to the final readings.
Ordinance 2017-119, renewal of an annual Nobel Master License Agreement and maintenance for software with Micro Focus Software $63,004.66. Ordinance 2017-120, renewal of PCS lease agreements with Brickcom Inc., approved by ordinance 97-154 for use of water towers located at 3705 Guthrie Drive, 230 West Jackson Street, and 1110 Crenshaw Road in Pasadena, Texas. Ordinance 2017-121, contract with K&K Tractor Service LLC for demolition services, $14,370. Ordinance 2017-122, purchase of Ford 2018 Ford 150 4x2 Super Cab trucks from Silsby Ford, $89,404. Ordinance 2017-123, purchase of one model 600 regenerative air street sweeper from Tumco Inc., $242,170. Ordinance 2017-124, extend the annual contract with Southwest Signal Supply Inc. for traffic signal maintenance, repair, and emergency services. Ordinance 2017-125, approve a variance to the City of Pasadena Code of Ordinances, Chapter 9, Building and General Building Regulation, Section 97A, minimum standards for all-street parking for the proposed urban terrace trampoline and adventure park in Houston Stellar Volleyball Club to be located at 3838 Fairmont Plaza. Ordinance 2017-126, extend the annual contracts with Traffic Parts Inc. and Mobile Trek Inc. for purchase of traffic signal heads, components, and LED lights.
Second.
Harrison moves. Excuse me, Willard second. Any comments?
Mayor, I'd like to make an amendment on ordinance 2017-125.
Yes, sir.
It says for 232 parking spaces, and it's actually 230 parking spaces.
Absolutely. Any,
Need a second.
so we have a second on it? Lehman, any discussion on that?
I'm gonna make comments for picking that up, they short.
Absolutely. All in favor? Any opposed? Now we'll go back on the let's see here. Okay, first readings.
Do we have the,
Actually,
on the motion to
we're trying to go
amend?
back on the motion.
On the motion to
Yes,
amend,
on
did
the
we get
amend.
a vote
And
on
we
the
have
motion
a-
to amend? That's
Right.
amended?
It has been amended, now we're going to go back and vote on the actual. On the first, absolutely. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes.
First reading, ordinance 2017-129, approving information sharing agreement with Texas Workforce Commission to access databases for criminal investigations.
Motion Bass, second Willard. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Ordinance 2017-130, approving the contract with LJA Engineering Inc. for services related to compliance assistant with the city's Phase 1 MS4 permit, $125,000.
Motion Lehman. Second Harrison. Any questions?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to point out on, Mr. Harrison, you'll like this. On page 4, the city address is incorrect,
Yes, sir.
and it still has 1211 Southmore Avenue. So
Thank you for that.
I'd like to make sure that's clear.
That will
Make a
be-
motion to amend.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes.
Ordinance 2017-131, amending ordinance number 2016-51 to add federal procurement standards to contract with Ashford Inc. for emergency debris removal.
Motion Caton. Second Harrison. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Ordinance 2017-132, amending ordinance number 2015-77 to add federal procurement standards to contract with Tetra Tech for disaster recovery services.
Motion Bass.
Second.
Second Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Ordinance number 2017-133, amending ordinance number 2017-103, agreement with Brooks and Sparks Inc. for design of Ritchie Street reconstruction project, $650,000.
Motion Castedos. Second Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh, you have a no vote.
I have no vote.
Okay, we have a no vote. Two no votes.
Okay.
Harrison and Castedos. Yes. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. May I have comment on that?
Sure, go ahead.
This thing here is, let me just first state and say, this is a project that I definitely want to happen. This is something that we need done on Ritchie Street. The reason why I'm voting no on this thing is because of the contract that we originally had, that the council as a whole agreed to, that we were going to spend $300,000 for the design phase of this project. And we were not going to exceed the $300,000 until we had a contract from Harris County in hand saying, hey, they're going to back us up for the additional $6 million, because this is a $13 million project. We have $6 million of the money, and we have it at Second Century, and we're going to use it. That being said, the $300,000, now they're asking for an additional $650,000 to move forward with the project, and we still don't have a contract with Harris County. My thing is that this kind of, hangs the city out to hang there with the full amount of the project. I understand that the mayor's been promised by Commissioner Mormon, and everybody's been given letters and saying, hey, yes, we're going to move forward with this interlocal agreement, and we're going to do it. That being said, like I said in pre-council, you can't take a handshake to the bank. That's what I'm concerned with, is that this gives any opportunity. We don't know what's going to happen. Let's just say Harris County says, you know what, we don't want any part of that. And guess who's left with the bill? Taxpayers of Pasadena. That's the reason why I'm not voting for it. Again, I want this project to go through. I have every intention that it is going to go through. That being said, principle on the contract that we approved, I cannot support it. That I pass.
Thank you, sir. Let's go to the emergency meeting.
Yes, Mayor. Discussion.
No, I just gave him permission to, we already voted on it, sir. I just gave him permission to speak.
We didn't have a discussion on this.
On which one?
On these,
Okay, go ahead, sir.
I voted no on that. Discussion.
Go ahead and discuss it.
Turn your mic on.
I voted no on the
Don.
original ordinance.
Turn your mic on. Trying to help. Point of order.
They want to hear, yeah. I voted no on the original ordinance because they took $1,400,000 out of the reserve fund. And I felt like, now we don't have any money in the reserve fund. I felt like it was taken out of the wrong fund. And also, I wanted an interlocal agreement with Harris County, because I've seen these things before, all this good old boy stuff. Without an agreement, you have nothing. I remember Fairmont Parkway, and Mayor, I can bring it up, because this is part of this deal.
No, actually, it's not, sir.
Well, I shouldn't have brought it up.
Don't bring it up then.
All right. I've been through this situation before when they say the good old boy, we're going to do it, this and that. It cost the city $11 million on a particular road. And they said that we had a contract. We didn't have a contract. And it was a county road. It wasn't even a city road. And the city spent $11 million on that.
Sir, that has nothing to do on your no vote, sir. So please, let's stick to the agenda.
I have everything in the world with my no vote. That's the reason I'm voting no, because I don't.
Okay. Well, everybody knows you vote no.
I want to see it in a
We'll move on. Any other comments?
May I comment?
Please.
2 minutes are not up.
It is, sir.
No.
One of the things that we discussed in pre-council, and I would encourage folks to come to pre-council, we discussed this with Robin Green, and Robin Green stated that this is the second phase, and we're moving on through the phases, and we do have a partnership with Harris County, and we're working on the interlocal agreement. We did have a weather situation called Harvey, and that's been recognized, and this is for the betterment of Pasadena. This is for Ritchie Street. And whenever we can perform maintenance within our city and have it paid for in an agreement that's half and half, it's a win-win. That's why I voted yes.
Okay.
Mayor.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make one quick comment. We're talking about the interlocal agreement with the county. It's not on the agenda, so I'll make it brief. Garner Road was recently
Not on the agenda.
rebuilt
Yeah, Mr.
under the same pretense.
Mr. Lehman.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, we can't have that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Villarreal, go ahead, sir.
Treat everybody equal.
Well, as we all seen, there's some council members that have some problems with it, but this street needs to get done. And this street, along with many others in that district, in my district, needs to get done. I understand their concerns, but if we have assurances from the county, we need to get this done. So I'm voted for it. Of course, I'm going to vote for it because it's going to be something that's been needed for more than 20 years, along with many other roads in that district. Now, I've pointed out a lot of issues here in the, just recently. And I'm confident we're gonna start getting this stuff done. So with that.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
No.
We have 2 noes. Passes. Emergency reading.
Ordinance 217-134, authorizing and approving settlement agreement of mutual release and cost number 17, 2030, Albert Patina et al. Versus City of Pasadena, U.S. Court of Appeals for Fifth Circuit.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine, second Castelos. Any questions? Yes, sir.
I feel like this needs to come to an end. I'm glad to see it is coming to an end. It's time to put this behind Pasadena and for Pasadena to move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman.
Mayor?
Go ahead, sir.
So I want to commend you, Mayor, for getting this done. I know we had an executive session on the issue. The city's attorneys that we have contracted gave us an estimate that it would cost an additional $2.5 million to get this lawsuit settled. We were able to get it done for $1.1 million. This is a lawsuit that's been going on for the better part of 4 years and will cost us over $3.5 million in total. And that's no fault of this mayor, this administration. But it was no point in keeping this thing going. And it wasn't, and I want to remind people that this wasn't just a financial hit to the city, but it gave the city a black eye in the national spotlight. It cost progress, it cost council, and it cost time. And so to see this finally come to an end, it's a big deal for the city. And this all started off with the power grab, and it's run its course, and I'm very happy today to see it finally come to an end. So I want to give credit to the mayor, the administration, the legal team that made this happen.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments?
Yes, Mayor.
Go ahead, sir. Microphone, please.
Yes, sir. I, too, want to thank the mayor for putting this on the agenda. I made a comment about a month ago. I would like to resolve this lawsuit and get it over with. And I'd like to also thank Councilman Yubert, ex-Councilman Yubert, Councilman Wheeler, and Councilman Van Hout. We all testified for the plaintiff. We had the courage to stand up. And there was a long, drawn-out process when you go through subpoenas, depositions, everything in a court case that was going on for years. But this all came about by one individual wanting to change this whole council for the betterment of himself. And that's exactly what happened. And it wasn't right what happened. I believe in the one person, one vote. And that's the reason I stuck with it all the way. I believe one person's vote should be equal to anybody's vote in the city of Pasadena. And that's what it was all about. And justice has served itself. And I do want to put it behind me because it's been a strain of process for going on 4 years. But this is what happens. You get certain individuals in there with a strong mayor form of government. They want to gerrymander the council seats. They gerrymandered my districts 3 or 4 times, try to get me out of office. I managed to win. And then they go to this, at-large district. They said their reason was you're going to have 3 council members. That's not
Thank
true.
you, council members. Let's stick to why you voted no. That's good.
Well, I didn't know my time was up, but I'm all for it.
Councilman Caton, you're up, sir.
Mayor, I was on the city council when the citizens of my district voted by wide margin to change the council form of government back to the form of government that we had in 1992. This was a form of government that the majority of cities in the United States was using. You never know, though, what some of our federal judges in the state of Texas or any other state are going to rule and what they're going to allow or disallow in court. The city of Pasadena attorneys were only allowed 1/4 the time as the prosecution attorneys, and several testimonies from prosecuting witnesses were false. One case in point is that one of our former council members stated under oath that no projects were given to his district from the 2002 bond money, and then later at his term limitation party,
Mayor, point of question.
he stated that his district received some projects,
Mr. Caton.
more than any other districts in the city.
Mr. Caton.
That's part of the testimony in court.
And I'm going to vote to stop this appeal process, even though I think that the three more conservative
Thank you,
judges.
sir. Yeah, you can vote no. We're fine on that, sir. Thank you.
There's 2 minutes.
No, the rest of the statement is relevant.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay. I'm going to vote to stop this appeal process, even though I think that the three more conservative judges of the appeals court will rule in favor of the city of Pasadena. This court's judges are not like the judge that ruled against the city of Pasadena, but if the city wins it, will more likely be appealed several times, back and forth, okay? So we could spend up to around $10 million in this. And finally, let me say that I believe in my heart that the city of Pasadena did not violate the Voting Rights Act or adopt a discriminatory election system. Even with this in mind, let me say, to save much needed money for many of our needed infrastructure projects in the city, I will be voting against the will of the people in my district to stop the appeal process in the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Finally, I would like to apologize to the citizens of District F for this decision, but you elected me to not only make decisions for District F, but for the entire city of Pasadena. And I think this is a decision for the city of Pasadena. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. All in favor?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
there is nowhere in this settlement that it says one side won over the other side. So let me make that clear. We are one Pasadena. We may disagree on this council on several things. We may have different opinions. But there is no finding in this case. The case is settled. No one won, no one lost. The only people that won were the citizens of Pasadena. Can I make that any clearer? We as a council care about the citizens of Pasadena. The mayor led through negotiating the terms and conditions of the settlement. The other parties led in the terms and conditions of the settlement. There are no victors. The only victors is the citizens of Pasadena. I want to make that very clear, not only to this council, but to our city that we love, Pasadena. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, council member, thank you, because you're exactly right. I mean, citizens of Pasadena did win in this whole thing. Regardless of whether or not we disagree or agree on how the process went, or whether the city violated civil rights acts and whatnot, you know, is irrelevant. We're saving the Pasadena citizens money. I mean, we got this at 1.1 million, give or take a few dollars here or there. But you know, it's good for the city. You know, getting back to, you know, this whole redistricting thing, and I don't know, you know, where Councilmember Caton went off on all that stuff. That has nothing to do with this. I mean, I understand you were here when that happened, Councilmember, but, you know, the citizens are going to be better off for this. Let's move forward. Yes. Let's get away from all this. Let's go out and meet your neighbors tonight. That's what we need to do. So that I pass, Mayor.
Okay, anyone else? Yes, sir.
With the amount of money that was spent in this lawsuit and the potential amount of money that could have been spent, I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank the council for stopping it. It's not hard to see just stepping out of this facility within a mile of distance. You can see what could have been done with that money. It's horrible to think that all that money that we spent could have been gone to our neighborhoods, particularly our neighborhoods. So with that, I pass.
Thank you, sir. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Passes. Resolutions?
Resolution 2017-95, donations from various businesses, organizations, or individuals totaling $3,155 for care of animals housed at the animal shelter.
Motion Liebman, second Casados. Any question? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Resolution 2017-96, donations from various businesses, organizations, or individuals totaling $3,442.44 for care of animals housed at the animal shelter.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine, second Harrison. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Resolution 2016-97, donations from various businesses, organizations, or individuals totaling $7,099.30 for care of animals housed at the animal shelter.
Motion.
Motion Bass, second, I didn't hear the second. Lehman, any questions?
Yes,
All-
sir.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a comment. I love numbers. You know, we talk about this, that, and the other with numbers. $13,696.74 from folks that have donated to help our animal shelter, and these folks need to be applauded. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. You bet. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We're out of time. Let's go.
I went down.
Sorry.
Mine gets to go longer.
Sorry about that. Okay. Resolution 2017-98, designating Melissa Quatters, Zivard Egbo, Deanna Smith as the city's signatures for environmental review reports and documents for the Community Development Block Grant Emergency Solution Grant and Home Investment Partnership Program.
Motion.
Motion Caton. Second Harrison. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Resolution 2017-99, updating the utility allowance schedule for the Housing Choice Voucher Program in accordance with HUD 24 CFR 982-517.
Motion.
Motion Lehman. Second Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Resolution 2017-100, appointing member Marilyn Wilkins to the Board of Directors of the Pasadena Second Century Corporation.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine, second Bass. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Resolution 2017-101, authorizing Parks and Recreation Department to seek funding of $2,500 from Walmart to fund fitness trackers for the Recreation Center's fitness programs.
Motion.
Motion Caton, second Bass. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Resolution 2017-102, authorizing the Parks and Recreation Department to seek equipment donation from U.S. Soccer Foundation Pass Back Program to fulfill soccer equipment needs for league play.
Motion.
Motion Lehman,
Second.
second Shanebine. Any questions?
Mayor, this is a partnership with Allstate Insurance, and they're going to be helping secure some soccer equipment for our young people to play soccer, and it's a really good community relations with our city parks departments from Allstate. It's called Pass Play.
Thank you, sir. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Resolution 2017-103, approving the grant application of U.S. Department of Justice Assistance for grant funds to be used to fund additional police activities to enhance public safety and reduce crime.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine, second Castelos. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Resolution 2017-104, approving grant application agreement with the Texas Department of Transportation in the amount of $199,775.10 to conduct a comprehensive vehicular traffic enforcement program.
Motion. Second.
Motion Bass, second Caton. Any questions? All in favor?
Mayor.
Yes, sir.
You know, I may be commenting on these, but I think our citizens need to know what we're talking about. And this is to apply for a grant for the police department. And we talk about budgets and we talk about funding and expenses. This is going to be covering officers' pay for certain activities, for STEP programs, for DWI task force, for speed enforcement, occupant protection, for checking for seatbelts. So this is a worthy grant, and it will help give back to the city budget.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Resolution 2017-105, acknowledging the city of Pasadena's adoption of federal award procurement standards.
Motion.
Motion Lehman. Second Harrison. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
You have a question, sir? Comments? Go ahead.
We got 600 kids playing soccer. We're all in sport.
Microphone.
Thank God.
Microphone.
Point of order.
Point of order. We got got 600 kids in my district. I'm real proud of that soccer field. We had to, prior ordinance, we passed by where I couldn't make a comment, but I'm real proud of the kids playing soccer, and it's going to be a big help. Anyway, help in sports.
Thank you, sir. All in favor? Any opposed?
Resolution 2017-106, directing the annual communication to all officers and employees of the city's ethics policies.
Motion, Castelos. Second, Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Thank y'all for coming. This meeting's over.